Hey guys, in this video today I'm going to show you how to add Facebook to your application. Facebook is very important since there are like around more than I think 500 million users now, and so having Facebook on your application is very important to market your application. So what we would do is first let's jump in and make an application called view-based application, and I will call it Facebook Toots, and next, and then create the application on the desktop. Now the application is a view-based application. So now what I would do is I would open my browser and go to developers.facebook.com. What they have is they have a lot of documentation on how to implement that. So I would just click on documentation and then go on mobile, because we'll be well, but this is a great platform to learn how Facebook implements different apps on different platforms. You want iOS, so once I click on iOS, you'll see iOS for iPhone. It'll ask install Xcode. We already have it. We don't need Git. We can just open this link in a new tab and download this library. I have already downloaded this library and saved it on the desktop. FB Connect right over there. It has all the files that we need from this project, so I have already done that. And next is, it says what you need to do in your app. So first thing we need to do is we need to import the files. Add files, go to FB Connect. Let's do that a little later. Let's go ahead and first see what all it asks to do. So import Facebook. You can read through this step by step. I'm just going to copy and paste the steps that are there. Then it's using app delegate, and I'm using a view controller, so I don't have all these functions. So it needs FB session delegate, so I will add that. It needs a Facebook variable, we'll add that. It needs property definition, I added that. Next it needs synthesize. Now I'll move to .m, synthesize Facebook. I have to have an app to do this. View did load function is where I will call this initialization of app. Now since I don't have one, I will just go to facebook.com/developers, and I end up in a page like this. I can set up a new app, give an app name, and do the rest of the things. But what I would do is I would just open one of my app right now, a bunch of test apps. So let's say I want to use, say, video. So I will go and get the app ID. This is something that I'm not using anywhere, so I can test it with this app ID. Once I have the app ID, let's see what else does it need. It says check if the user has previously logged in, so this is the function for that, to see if a user is logged in. If user is not, if the session is not valid, then authorize it. What this will do is this will call Facebook and open it in a browser or in the Facebook application, depending what you have on your iPhone, and that will give you login screen to authorize. And once you authorize it, it will come back to the app. This is the function that actually lets it come back to the app, and this has to be written in app delegate.m. But instead of Facebook, since we did it in the view controller, I would give view controller Facebook, and then FP did login. Next step 6 is once the user is logged in, you show this screen. So I go ahead and I say okay, this is the login screen. Now this lets it authorize. Now what if I want to post to wall? So if I scroll down a little bit more, I see a function displaying platform dialog. This lets you post to your wall. So there is some more details on this. If I click on this feed dialog, it will give you a bunch of things you can copy, and you can read through this. The above code generates the following dialog for iPhone. So what I'll do is I'll just get this, and I will call this as soon as the user logs in. So now parameters, app ID, it needs the app ID, which is this. So I'll add this here. What else does it need? The link, dialogues. Instead of all this, I can just call the previous one, which was this one single line. If you want more description to your app, you can call that one, but for now I'll just call this one, and it says delegate self. Now for this it needs a separate delegate, a dialog delegate, fb dialog delegate. It doesn't show up because we didn't import the file. Let me see if it shows up now. Add, still doesn't work. Let's restart Xcode. Sometimes I'm having problems with my Xcode, so let me restart, reopen the project, and let's see if I can add the files. Should be already there because I added it once. So I'll just go ahead and say add files to Facebook, and Facebook dudes, it already has it inside. I add that and the connect comes up. So now let's see if it does show the delegate files. fp still doesn't recognize. Let's see. Okay, so that's what you do, and rest of the stuff is good. Okay, one more thing that I forgot to add is, if you look in the steps, there is a place where you have to give the URL scheme in your property list. So go to property list, I add a row and I call it URL types, and inside that it will create an array, and inside that there's a string. I change it to URL schemes, and this scheme is actually your FP and your ID. So that's what you give. It should not have a space. This is a common mistake. So let me run the project and make sure it runs in the simulator. So it runs in the simulator. What you can do is, it opens the Facebook dialog as I told you, and it will ask me to log in. So let me go ahead and use my So once it logs in, it will try to open the app again. Since I said URL types and all this, so it tries to find out which app is that through the info.p list. It asks for permissions. I'll say okay, allow permissions, and once I allow, it will open the app again, and then it will call that connect to Facebook thing. Write something on your wall. I said hello, what's up, done, publish. Now if I go to my Facebook, what you will see is hello, what's up. There you go. That's how you post to your wall. So the documentation here is pretty good, so you can go through the documentation, look at different things. There's core concept, there's also advanced topics. I might in future make some more Facebook tutorials on how to make more advanced Facebook apps. For now, this is it. I hope you have you might have questions, so if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below, suggestions, anything. Thank you.